I was walking into my local Costco the other day and I saw this offer. Of course I couldn't resist. Who doesn't love bacon? Supposedly it makes everything taste better. Have you noticed the prices lately? Even cheap bacon is rather expensive these days. Time to make our own. If you can cure salmon, you can cure bacon too. It's not complicated. All we need is bacon and a dry rub, ingredients below. As seen in my other meat curing videos, it's a multi-day process. I've already prepared the dry brine. This is a mix of curing salt, sugar, pepper, and a little bit of chili flakes. You could replace the sugar with, for example, maple syrup, if you're going for that flavor, or any other kind of sweetener you like, for example, honey. I like plain brown sugar, so that's what I'm using. Today is step 1. All we're gonna do is the usual procedure. I weighed the piece of pork belly I'm using here, and I calculated the exact amounts of spices, sugar, and curing salt. Particularly curing salt is important. Since this is calculated, you cannot over-cure this bacon. Now we just rub this in. I just cake it on here a little. This goes into a plastic bag so it will distribute further. Coat from all sides. And that's already step 1. I prepared a vacuum bag and just toss it in. Since we weighed this, make sure you get everything into the bag. Vacuum seal the bag, or if you don't have a vacuum sealer, use a zip top bag and extract as much air as possible before sealing. There. If you're like me and you forget when you did this, write today's date on this package so you know when 7 days are over. Put this into your fridge for 7 days and flip it over once a day. The bacon spent a week in the fridge curing, and today it's step number 2 of the process. Unpack your bacon and rinse off all the spices and excess salt that's still there. I'm doing this in a bowl again because it's easier to demonstrate, but you would normally do this under running water. You want pretty much all of the spices gone. A few will always remain, but do your best. Okay, I think this is as far as it goes. Grab some paper towels and pat this dry. That done, you have to decide whether you want to smoke your bacon hot or cold. Traditionally, bacon is cold smoked. But hot smoking can provide a speedy shortcut. If you want to use the speedier hot smoking method, you can smoke it right now, although I would recommend to let this dry off in the fridge overnight and smoke it tomorrow morning. It's a regular hot smoking process. Put it into your smoker at 195 Fahrenheit, that's about 90 degrees Celsius, and bring it up to a core temperature of about 150 degrees, that's 65 degrees Celsius. After that, pull it out, rest it in your fridge for a day and enjoy. For the cold smoking process, there's an extra step involved. You need to dry and rest this for half the time it took to cure, so in our case, about 3.5 days. Ideally, you would do this in a curing chamber, but I don't know anyone who has one. So we are using what we have. You want to suspend the belly somehow so that air can flow all around it. I'm using this little roaster I have with a rack. And my belly just goes on here. You loosely cover this with tin foil. And then you poke a bunch of holes into the tin foil. Since I'm just noticing, make sure that tin foil does not touch the meat. So for me, I need to make a little dome here. I'm gonna put this in my fridge for 3 or 4 days, and I'm gonna check it daily. Sometimes condensation accumulates on the inside of the tinfoil, so I just wipe that off because you don't want any standing water on your meat. Last step for turning the bacon into bacon. Today we're gonna smoke it. There's my smoker as seen before. As usual, let this burn for a few minutes so you get a good amber. Okay. Not bad, can use a little bit more smoke. So it's at night now. I think I'm gonna keep going for another 2 hours and then put it back into the fridge. I smoked this belly for the better part of 12 hours, and then it was late at night and I pulled it out. I put it back into the roaster with the rack, covered it and let it rest in my fridge for a couple of days. I've already cut off a couple slices. Look how pretty this one is. Now there's only one thing left to do. We gotta taste the bacon, which means we're gonna fry up those slices. I'm just adding a minute amount of oil just to get the bacon started. I'm roasting bacon at a fairly low temperature, that way it doesn't burn and it crisps up nicely. Put some kitchen towel on a plate and pull these guys out to cool off. This is my level of crisp that I like. And there's nice bacon. And if you want to know how to make bread that goes really well with this, you should watch my sourdough recipe next. Let's see how it tastes. Oh yeah, that's good stuff.